say that if in order to make our data product or ML product usable over a long period of time, we need machine learning pipeline. So that is the need for the machine learning pipeline. In order to achieve this, in order to perform the machine learning pipeline into our system, what is the tool, right? How we can accomplish that? So to do so, there is a Vertex AI pipeline, right? So with the help of Vertex AI pipeline, so there are two ways to build the machine learning pipeline. One is the TFX TensorFlow Extended, and the other is Kubeflow pipeline. So in today's meeting, we are going to focus on Kubeflow pipeline, right? With the help of Vertex AI, we can do a lot of things together. So like model training, model deployment, auto ML, and a lot of things are being provided from within the umbrella of Vertex AI. So in addition to model training and deployment services, Vertex AI also includes a variety of ML ops products also, including Vertex pipelines, model monitoring, etc. Right? All these things are being facilitated under the umbrella of Vertex AI. So we are going to focus on the what Vertex pipelines are and what are the different features and characteristics of the Vertex AI ML pipeline, and why do we need, what is the reason that behind using that, right? So the Vertex AI ML pipeline is used mainly due to the following reasons. So in the entire stuff, what the Vertex AI ML pipeline is that, with respect to the other pipeline also, the machine learning pipeline is made up of various components, right? That is based upon containers, and all these components are served as a containers, and one component gives output, and these components interact by means of giving input and giving output and these kind of things, by which all these containers are getting connected with each other. And also we can share these components within the team also, right? So by means of YML file or Docker, different kind of ways are there by which we can share the content of our component also with the other teams also. So this is the stuff, right? So in the Kubeflow, as I told that we are going to present the how we can use the Vertex AI Kubeflow pipeline. So in that presentation, what we are going to demonstrate that we have used the different Kubeflow pipeline SDK, which provides a set of Python packages that we can use to specify and run our machine learning workflows, right? So as we see earlier, that a pipeline is a description of an ML workflow, including all the components, right, which are orchestrated together to serve the entire machine learning workflow task, right? So what first thing we have learned that we are going to use Kubeflow pipeline SDK, right? This is a Kubeflow pipeline software development kit that facilitates to create the Vertex AI pipeline in a so easy manner, right? So some of the frequently used Kubeflow pipeline SDK are as follows. This is these kind of components which are going to use in the examples that I'm going to provide in the subsequent sections.
So we will be starting with the very simple examples in which we will be creating a simple Vertex AI pipeline, and that will be followed by another example in which we will be creating this Vertex AI pipeline in order to create some complex example in which we are going to train some machine learning model with the help of this Vertex AI pipeline. And in the last, we will be creating one Vertex AI pipeline that is parallel, right? So let us start with the first one, right? In this first simple pipeline, we are having three components in that. So we created three components, the product name component. So the product name component, in this product name component, the name will be passed, the name of the product will be passed as an input, and it is going to provide the string as an output, right? The name of the product will be passed in the output string. And now there is another component, that is the emoji component. In this emoji component, it is going to accept one input, the type of emoji that it is going to generate code for that, and the name. So it is going to provide two output, the string, the two string output, one is, and another is the code for that emoji. So the output from both of these components will be passed to the build sentence component. And now this component is going to process the input receipt from these two custom components and now return the resultant string, something like that. The vertex pipeline is this. So now take a look on this and how it works. So now in that, so this is the pipeline. This is the first component, product name. In the product name, this is the first component. The input is the vertex pipeline, the output is the same vertex pipeline. And in the emoji part also, it is going to have single input and the two outputs, emoji and the emoji text. This is the step. So now in that, now let's see how it takes place, right? So as we can see that this is the first component that has been created, product name, which is taking as a string, the product name is inputted and returning the same without any processing. And now there is an emoji component. This is a custom component created by us, which is taking the string as an input and it is providing two output, the emoji text and the emoji, the symbol that is being generated, right? So now there is a third component, which is the build sentence, right? It is going to consume, it will be consuming the input of both the custom components and provide the resultant string as an output. So now by making use of this component, we need to create a pipeline. So we are going to create some pipeline using dsl.pipeline. Now in the pipeline, we are going to supply the two different texts that will in turn be passed to the various components. This is a product name component and another emoji components. We are going to pass this text and emoji into that. And now there is a build sentence. So in the build sentence, we are going to pass the output for this. So product as the first component, product name component, and the other component, emoji component. So it is available in this. As we can see that the output from both these components has been passed as an input to this build sentence component, which in turn will provide the output to us as we have seen here. So now we have to compile and run the pipeline in order to get the output that we have seen over here. So now this, if we see at this build sentence, so these are the inputs and the output vertex A pipeline is this. This is the first example, right? And now the second example. Okay. So in the second example, what we try to do, we try to create a vertex A pipeline for the sake of model retraining purpose. So now, in order to retrain the model, the very first thing is that we have to create the vertex A dataset. So in order to create vertex A dataset, what we can do that we can make use of some SQL query, we can make use of some table that is available in the BigQuery and something like that. So in our case, we are going to train the multi-class classification model, right? So in order to do so, in the first step, we had used the already provided Qflow SDK, the Vertex A SDK, which is tabular dataset create. In that, so first we are going to create the tabular dataset, then we are making use of this Vertex A tabular dataset to train our model. Then we are further evaluating the model. And after evaluating this model on the various criteria like AU, ROC, precision, recall, once we find that this is a good model to deploy, then we are going to deploy the model to an endpoint so that it can serve further. So now take a look on that, how it looks like. So the first thing, as I mentioned earlier, that we are going to create the tabular data set. Right? This is the already provided component. So, and we had used the BigQuery table in order to create the Vertex A data set. And now by making use of this data set, we are going to train the AutoML tabular multi-class classification model. And after training this model, we are further providing the output to the classic model eval matrix component. This is a custom component that has been created by us. It will make sure that it is passing all the criteria like AU, ROC, precision, that is needed for the sake of model. And now, after deciding the conditional deployment, whether it is passing the criteria or not, if it is passing the criteria, we are going to deploy the model by endpoint. And this is the code in support of that. So this is the first component that we have created. And now in this component, what we are providing the models output, and now it is processing it is by looking at the comparing at the various kind of input. Okay, we need that much AURC with that much precision. After processing all the system, it is going to provide the deployment decision. So now let's see that how the pipeline looks like. So we have created the pipeline using the syntax, and while defining the pipeline, we have supplied this table as an input in order to train our model. So first of all, we had created the already available component in order to train the Vertex A dataset. Now we had made use of this Vertex A dataset in order to train the AutoML multi-class classification model. And now we are supplying this output of this recently trained model to this custom component that has been created by us. And now we are checking whether it is fulfilling all the deployment criteria or not. If we can deploy this, and if it is fulfilling all the criteria, then we are going to deploy this model as we have seen earlier. So this is the model retraining pipeline. This is the second example. And now let's look at the third example. So now in the third example, what we did was we had created some common stuff, right? Because there are two models. One is the binary classification and another is the multi-class classification model. So there are some stuff that is common while preparing the data set, the training data set for both the models. So we can have some common stuff in the common so that we can save some resources and some cost, right? So the common component will be shared by both the pipeline, right? And now after running the common table component, the rest of the pipeline will be parallel. That will be customized to their requirement, right? Now, once it is done, then what we are doing that we are going to create some data set, some sample data set for the binary classification as well as the multi-class classification. And further, we are going to create view for each of them. And after creating view, we are going to create the tabular data set, one for each. The view one will be used for training, for the sake of further training for model one, and view two will be created in order to create the data set that will be used in turn of training model 2. So let us take a look how it works. So this is the first custom component that I mentioned earlier, the common table creation. So this is going to do some necessary computation in order to prepare the data set. This is the common stuff. So once it is done, the output will be passed to both these separate components. So this is the first component that is intended for model 1, the sample table for model 1, and this is the sample table for model 2, right? So it will run parallel to each other. Now the view creation for model 1. So as we can see that, as I mentioned earlier, that the view 1 will be created from the subset for model 1, and view 2 will be created from the subset of model 2. And now by making use of this various views, the tabular dataset component will be used in order to create the Vertex A dataset, and this tabular dataset 2 will be created in order to prepare the Vertex A dataset for model 2. The model 1 is binary class classification model and model 2 is multi-class classification model, right? So now the process will continue like we did earlier, right? So this way, this process continues, and this model will further will make use of the classification component that will make sure that whether we can deploy this model or not. And now it is going to check that whether we can deploy or not with the help of classification model, then both of these model will be deployed to an endpoint as we discussed.